Alright, hey guys, I'm CCG back in the video. With this video, I'm bringing you guys a Purrely deck profile. This is post Duelist Nexus, so let's get started. I run 3 copies of Purrely and 3 copies of Purrely Lily. Purrely here being able to search out, it's an excavator for the deck, so if you're just going to excavate the top 3 of the deck, obviously there's a lot of targets for this deck, so depending on what you get, you can play from there. And of course, being able to reveal a Purrely quick play spell in your hand in order to summon an Exceed monster is the way to go with Purrely. And then with Lily here, it's going to be, instead of going and using a quick play spell from your hand, you're going to be using one from the grave. And of course, being able to search out a Purrely card from your deck to your hand means that it's overall really consistent. They're both just really powerful main monsters for the deck here. 3 Ash Blossoms just as the hand trap of choice. 3 copies of Dark Ruler no more, because if you want to go second, this is going to be a pretty good build for dealing with that. 2 copies of Pot of Prosperity. You just want to search things out. Of course, you have a lot of ways to get things out, and like really searchability isn't too much of a problem. But using Pot of Prosperity, search out with every target you need is also really good. 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. It's just a great time to be utilizing this card. It has been giving me a lot of value. 3 copies of Book of Moon. I think it's really great in the mirror matchup, and it's great just overall. 3 copies of Purrely Sleepy Memory. Sleepy Memory here being able to, of course, with all the memories, just being able to discard a card and special summon a level 1 Purrely monster means that it's going to be very consistent no matter what you get. That's why we kind of like just run 3 of everything. We just like seeing them just to get whatever Purrely monster we want to get out. And then, of course, Sleepy Memory is our main one here that we would like to use, just because it's going to be able to get you so many draws. And you're going to see, I'm going to show you guys some combos that show you just how to get 2 or 3 of these cards attached to your Exceed monster and get insane draws out of it. And then, of course, the Called by the Grave, just don't want to deal with the hand trap. 3 copies of Pretty Memory. Being able to send another card I control to the grave and target 1 card your opponent controls and attach to this card as material means that it's a form of removal. And even though we only have 1 copy of the Delicious Memory, we're okay with seeing 1 copy of Delicious Memories. We don't really rely on Plump as much as we used to, just because now we have more. And then we have 3 copies of Happy Memory. Happy Memory here gives us a chance to attack multiple times, so that's always good to see. My friend Purrely gives you some searchability in the deck just by, of course, it's in the same way that a Monarch that Monarchs do it, but it's fine since you're running 3 copies of everything. You're pretty much going to be able to get whatever you want using this card. 2 copies of Straight Purrely Street. Being able to attach cards is nice. That's a great way of just attaching Sleepy Memory to your Exceed monster and then getting a draw during your opponent's standby phase. 2 copies of Infinite Permanence. Infinite Permanence, just my hand trap of choice. You guys can change that to whatever you want. The new trap card here, Purrely Shirley. So Purrely Shirley gives you another way of getting out another Purrely Exceed monster out, and it's pretty easy to do so as well. Purrleap is still as powerful as it was, makes it extremely easy to go into Noir, so I like seeing this card. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subs, so I'd really appreciate that. And let's get started here. So I run 2 copies of Sky Thunder. So Zeus, of course, is an Exceed deck for the most part, so getting Zeus here and being able to stack it with a lot of material is just a perfect opportunity to have it here. So of course I like seeing 2 Zeus. And then here we have 2 Purrely Noir. This is the main boss monster of the deck, and it's a really good boss monster at that. Not only are you able to get insane draws with Sleepy Memory, but of course you can give it multiple attacks in the form of Happy Memory and just stack multiple effects on Noir here. And this card is also unaffected by your opponent's activated effects while it has 5 or more materials, which means that it's very difficult for your opponent to deal with this card. And sometimes you can just sit on this and it's going to be difficult for them to deal with it if it's just standing there. And then you can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 card your opponent controls or in the grave and place it on the bottom of the deck. So it is a form of target removal, but it's a quick effect target removal that is non-destructive, so that's always good to see. Downward Magician, in case you happen to get one of your rank 2s out here and you don't necessarily have a way to go into Noir right away, then you can go into Downward Magician, make your way up to Zeus. 2 copies of Happiness, Beauty, you know, these are just the Purrely monsters that you need depending on the specific situation. If you're able to attack, go to Happiness. If you want some sort of imperm, 2 copies of Purrely Noir. We finally have the Purrely monster that goes with Purrely Sleepy Memory, so it just makes it a lot easier to go into it. Besides, before it'd be a little awkward where you're just kind of stacking up Plump by discarding these Sleepy Memories and attaching it to Plump that way. But now being able to attach it directly because Noir is the actual Exceed monster that goes with this spell, it's really easy. And of course, not only that, but once per turn you can discard 1 card then target one card your opponent controls or up to 2 of this card as a sleeping memory as material and return that card to the hand. So just a nice little bonus here, just having a form of removal. And of course, being able to set a Purrely trap directly from your deck means that this card has just so much utility. One copy of Plump. Plump is still really nice to see, and it just gives you a lot more options as well. Then we have just Sylvan Princess Sprite. This was my choice as a generic rank 1. You can make your choice, and yeah, definitely has worked for me, so I decided to keep it here. One copy of Azalea. So Azalea here, it's perfect because you mostly have you only have the dark light monsters here. And going into Azalea here, if it's special summon, you can target one card in the field, destroy it. Then if you have 3 or less spells in your grave, this card will be sent to the grave. Of course, that's not going to happen. Like, that's not very likely. As you can see, the deck is mostly spells, so it's just a lot of use that you can get out of this card, just popping things. And of course, when it battles, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish 1 spell from your grave and destroy that opponent's monster. So in case you need to attack into something and destroy it that way, that's always good. And then Anima is my generic Link 1 monster. But let me know what you guys think about the deck profile. Make sure to stay tuned because I am dropping a combos video for this deck. That's pretty insane. Just this deck has crazy draw power and can end with a pretty powerful boss monster. But I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.